I'm Dr. Leake here at the Well of Life in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, and I thought I would come to the whiteboard today and talk a little bit about how a nerve works. A nerve works on a chemical electrical system. It's regulated by what's called gated ion channels. When the receptor at the end of the nerve is stimulated, it allows potassium ions to flow in through an open what's called gated ion channel. As the potassium ions flow along, they change the polarity of the nerve, causing more gated ion channels to open, allowing more potassium ions to flow in, changing the polarity. So in that sense, it's an electrical impulse. Flows to the brain sends messages back that cause more gated ion channels to open, and the electrical impulse flows along the nerve. I mean, this happens at the speed of lightning. Now, the reason chiropractic can be so important is that if that nerve is distorted, it will actually open one of those gated ion channels. Think of it like your grandpa's change purse. When you squeeze it, it opens up. So if the disc, the bone, the soft tissue around the vertebra opens up one of those gated ion channels, potassium ions flow in, stimulate the firing of a nerve. Now, that's not going to close unless it's fixed. So that nerve is constantly firing. When you have soreness and tenderness in your neck and your back, that's the muscles being fired to that are locking down, because your brain is a prioritizing organ. If it sees a misalignment in the spine, it considers that a threat to the spinal cord. So it locks down on that with the small muscles, in addition to the other muscles that are being stimulated by that nerve impulse. And it will never let go until it's repaired, because it sees it, like I said, as a threat to the spinal cord. A chiropractor can come in and move that bone, open that joint, make it function and move so that the nerve is now free and that gated ion channel closes. That constant firing stops. When a nerve fires long enough, it becomes what we call slack. It just stops working. It can't function anymore. All the muscles stop functioning. That's when, a lot of times you don't feel the pain anymore. Well, it's because the nerve is pretty much shot. Nerve also has a nutrient flow that flows along it. You compress it enough for long enough that that nutrient flow doesn't flow. The nerve becomes ill. And after a while, it can actually die. That's why sometimes I do say there's such a thing as too late, but these are peripheral nerves. Peripheral nerves can be repaired. They can go through a process a lot like angiogenesis. When your brain sees you need new ones, it can stimulate the growth of new ones. So maybe it is never too late. But I know that it's always better to get adjusted now rather than later.